All right, guys. Today, just wanted to talk about my new predictions for the Democratic Party, or specifically the beautiful women of the Democratic Party. Yeah, the girls of the Congress, all these women who, these girl power women, right? They're all like supercharged by the efforts of AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, and her craziness. That now they're trying to get relevant themselves. So here's my prediction. The prediction is that these women are going to be trying so hard to become relevant in the Twitterverse and to be well-liked and to be heard of, that they're going to be doing some very stupid stunts to get this accomplished. They're going to be throwing themselves out there and one-upping each other on craziness and stupidity, and they're going to be throwing out these ideas that are just nonsensical bullshit. Look, if you're a Democratic woman in Congress or whatever, do not follow Ocasio-Cortez. She is driving full speed towards the cliff, and she doesn't care because she thinks that there's going to be some sort of magic on the other end of that cliff that's going to stop her from plummeting into it. Now, this is just insanity. The fact that anybody is following her idea and the way that she's like going at things is just crazy. So you're going to see congresswomen specifically, especially these special interest ones, that are going to be one-upping things on Twitter. They're going to be saying more stupid shit. They're going to be really just going for the throat of stupidity and dumb shit. So my serious prediction, unfortunately, is that you're going to see a lot more of these people throwing out crazy ideas and crazy thoughts just to one-up Ocasio-Cortez. Because, look, if you look at Ocasio-Cortez's Twitter following and you look at her social media presence, she's got a pretty big base right now. She's growing that base every day. I don't know why. I mean, the only reason I would follow her is just to see how crazy she is and the shit that she's saying. That's the only reason I follow her. It's the only reason I follow the Young Turks. It's the only reason I follow CNN. It's the only reason I follow a lot of these crazy left-wing nut jobs. Because you have to keep an eye on what these people are up to. Because if you don't know what they're doing, then you can't stop them or be a part of waking other people from this madness. Okay, and this is what's happening. There's a lot of people that just follow Twitter and they just retweet stuff. They just rehash shit. Like I was looking this morning and I saw Donald Trump put up a video, or he put up a tweet talking negatively about climate change. And the thousands of posts and the thousands of comments were all from people who basically just want to talk shit about Donald Trump. It's like you see one guy who puts a whole bunch of stuff talking about climate change and the difference between blah blah blah, and he puts up this chart, right? And then everybody else on the list goes down and they all put up the same exact chart. And this is just a small little tiny chart, a super cherry-picked chart that just shows these guys saying literally the same thing. Oh, you don't know Donald Trump is he talks at a 4th grade level, which is bullshit. He stopped war with nuclear, North Korea, and that's a 4th grade level. I don't know. Maybe the people from North Korea, that's the only language that they speak is the 4th grade English. But you know what? It's their second language. Can't complain. Either way, he's getting shit done, and it's getting done in a good way. He's fixing all the problems that Obama fucking made and made worse. He's fixing a lot of problems. He's fixing a lot of issues, and people are just, the only thing that they can say is that he's making fun of climate change believers, because they really are. They're collectively, their IQ is a collective 4-year-old age. That's really how we're at right now. People are so emotional, and they can't even actually see the facts for what they are. Climate change has been debunked so many times, and actual scientists. There's a bunch of pseudoscientists who get paid a lot of money to say the stuff that they say in support for these kinds of crazy ideas. And they're fine getting, they're whores. They're fine getting paid to use their credentials as a way to sell propaganda. They're fine. You know, a lot of people think that they're doing a good job by doing this kind of stuff, but whatever. So back to what I'm saying. The Democrats, especially the Democrat ladies, they're going to be out there in droves now because they've been supercharged and amped up by AOC to come out and start being stupid. So you're going to see, I mean, already we see Kamala Harris. We see, I don't even know what this one lady is who's trying to, who had a Twitter spat with some CJ kid he's a conservative black teenager who supports Donald Trump and basically set this old lady, Congress lady, straight because she wants to have these crazy ideas out there. She wants to put out these things. The thing is that the Democratic women, these Congresswomen or whatever, and just not Congress, it does whatever, they're all on this idea that publicity is good no matter what, right? And that's not exactly true these days. You know, you can have really bad negative publicity and it's going to hurt yourself. And that's exactly what they're trying to do to Donald Trump. They're trying to use and spin publicity against Donald Trump to create more discontent. Now, the real problem here is that the Democrats have lost their sense. They've lost everything because they're at this point right now where they're so scared. They're so scared that they don't have the power that they need to get their ideas and agendas down that they've abandoned all cares about being political and being bipartisan, nonpartisan, and actually putting the American people first. They've lost that. They no longer have this in them. So what they're going to do now is they're going to use as many tactics in the Saul Alinsky handbook as they can figuratively muster. And they're using all the tactics right now. You see it. The identity politics, all the things that they're doing, it's just straight out of Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals and these communist playbooks. So anybody that's following these women or give, oh, you go girl, you know, like those people have no business being voters because they don't even know what the issues are. They don't understand any of it. And you see guys like or girls like Ocasio-Cortez who's out there day in and day out making a stupidity. You know, she's just being stupid all the time. And you know, it's funny to see that other older, more mature Congress people and these Democratic ladies in power or whatever, they're all coming out to support this kind of craziness. And they're saying, you know what, why weren't we crazy like this before? You know, AOC said that she likened herself to radicals such as like Martin Luther King and some other people. And to me, that's a really bad idea. It shows that she's trying to use like FDR and all these other people, like and she doesn't understand what's behind these people. You know, she's attaching herself to this idea that she's a radical. You know, Hitler was a radical, Mussolini was a radical, Mao was a radical, and they killed lots of people. Like hundreds of millions of people died because of those three guys who were radicals. Okay, so if AOC wants to call herself a radical, go ahead. But you need to be very fucking careful of anybody who considers themselves a radical, because now she's trying to live up to that idea, and this is what she's created. So she could be the next fascist leader in our country, and people will just fucking, they won't even know it hit them. Okay, Nikolai Khrushchev said the same thing. You know what? We're not going to try and take over Americans anymore. They're too stupid, but they're stupid people in America. And the only way we're going to conquer America is by giving them small doses of communism. So small that they will never realize that all of a sudden we're living in a communist country. That's where we're going right now, people. So we gotta stop this craziness right now. You cannot support any of these Democrats. I mean, it's a fire sale. Just, if you're a Democrat, I'm sorry. You need to stop supporting these communists, because they're not Democrats. They're not they're not in our political system anymore. They are communists, guys. They're communists. They don't play by the same rules. They're not part of our way of life. Okay? The Western culture, like Donald Trump said, it was built on capitalism, and we will never be socialist, right? Well, because socialism is a whole new it's a whole new genre of politics. It's a whole different ideology. And so those capitalism and socialism and communism, none of those are compatible. Socialism and communism and fascism and totalitarianism and corporatism, those are all the same. They're all under the wing of communism. But capitalism is something totally different. So we really have to watch out, guys, because I'm predicting this right now. The Dems, all these crazy people, they're out there going to try to, they're going to seriously try to one-up Ocasio-Cortez with her craziness and her rhetoric. So if we allow this to happen, we're going to have no youth left to vote for sane ideas anymore. They're just going to be out there crying and wanting free shit all the time. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt who we are as a people. It's going to hurt our entire society. So we need to start waking up, guys. The prediction that I'm making right now for you is that all these Democratic leaders, Congress ladies, whatever, they're all going to be trying to one-up Ocasio-Cortez. And that is something we all need to be very, very worried about. Because these people have power to pass legislation. They have power to create bills and draft all kinds of things that are going to enslave you and me and our children in the process. So here I am as an angry dad watching this shit unfold, and I can't sit back and say nothing. So even if that means I have to make cool little videos on my way to the gym or whatever just to fit it in, I don't care. That's what I'll have to do for now. So please, guys, wake up. Let's talk. I'll see you soon.